And welcome to the Red Leaf Retrocast, episode 49, one episode away from Console Wars.
Hell yeah.
Episode 50. I'm your host, JD, as usual, joined by my friends Colin and Kevin.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Hey. You know, good. Sad. I'm tired. I'm not really sad. I'm just mostly tired.
I think we're all tired.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel the energy real low today. And
Yeah.
I get it. Cuphead is stressful. That's what we're all playing, obviously, right? Because Cuphead's the greatest game the whole time.
Well, since you mentioned it, how's Cuphead going?
I fucking love it. Man, everyone complained about that casino part. That casino part was cool as fuck, man.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the game, because like, it was the right amount of challenge. Like, these little mini-bosses are not hard. You can beat them, but you should probably take as little damage as you can, because you're going to fight King Dice with whatever you got at the end. And I fucking love it. And I did it at like 1 a.m. last night, and now I'm on the devil.
Ooh.
And I will do it. I demand I beat this game for another Twitter fight I got into. I've been getting into a lot of Twitter fights lately.
Oh, boy.
Where, actually, well, it's a kid that's
Twitter!
my friend, actually. Yeah, I know, right? He keeps making fun of me because I just genuinely do not like Dark Souls. That's not a secret. And I keep telling him, I've played harder games. I just literally do not like Dark Souls and how it's set up. It's like, I got issues. He's like, if you beat Cuphead, I'll stop shitting on you. I'm like, fine. That's whatever. Cuphead's also hard. You know,
At
like,
Console Kev.
oh, fuck you. Start Twitter fights with me for $10. I got bills to pay.
The real life argument clinic.
Hell yeah, man. I'll debate with anybody for anything for $10. I'll be wrong if you just want someone to argue against.
I'm sure there are plenty of people who want that.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
and
providing a
an
service.
update to our... I try. I only dabbled in Agent Under Fire for the podcast last time, but I went back and I played the whole thing fresh. Man, that game's real fucking good.
Cool.
I love it. I streamed the whole thing. It took me like 2 sessions because I forgot how short it was.
It is a very short game, yeah.
Yeah, but man, that game's fun once you put the controls to like a modern shooter scheme.
Nice.
Because the default one kind of sucks. But yeah, beyond that, no, those are like the two main things I'm playing. Oh, Mega Man 04, but that game's good. I already talked about that. Yeah, nothing else new. What's up with you guys?
Why don't you go first there, Colin?
Jade, you depressed.
I've had a lot going on in my life. I mean, work has picked up massively in the past couple of weeks because one of our planes got damaged pretty heavily, so we needed to lease another aircraft to fill in for it, and
You shouldn't put all those fat women on the plane at once.
Nice.
Yeah, but
That'll do it.
yeah, we need to lease another aircraft, and everybody's just been scrambling all over the place for going through all the paperwork, and it's just major clusterfuck. It's been stressful as hell, but I've been managing. I've even been playing more Sekiro, and guess what, guys?
You beat it!
Hell yeah!
Oh my
I was
god.
just guessing. Good for you.
Nice.
He had that planned.
Yes,
Oh.
I did. It felt appropriate.
Yeah, no, look, you deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah, the final boss is hard as shit. It's like you need like split-second timing on your parrying and your swinging just to get through it. It starts off with a single phase of Lightning Dude. Yes, he comes back.
Oh
My,
god.
my
But
favorite enemy of all time, Lightning Dude. To Mr. and Mrs. Dude, a son.
yeah, it's only a single phase of that, but then next up is the real final boss who comes in 3 phases, and he's pretty fucking hard. I mean, starts off with just one sword, but then in the second phase, he pulls out a big fucking pike and has a gun. And then once you get to the third phase, he can use lightning. It's pretty nuts.
Sounds like nonsense to me.
Sounds like the greatest game of all time. What are you
God,
talking about?
I'll never beat that game.
I'm sorry. Maybe Colin did something you can't do, which is get good.
No, he's just better.
Did I do it right, kids?
I was just too stubborn to give up, is all.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. And have also
You
been...
know what the thing is?
Say what?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. Go ahead.
Yeah, here and there I've also been going back and playing Enter the Gungeon. And
Oh, yeah. I want to play that.
I've been more consistently able to get past the second stage lately, so I think I'm improving.
That's a roguelike, right?
Yep. Top-down, bullet hell type deal.
One hit kill, correct?
Nope. Now you get a health bar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hell yeah.
And on a non-gaming note, I've also been working out more.
Hell yeah. That's the spirit.
Yeah. Got a bit inspired by a certain anime called How Heavy Are the Dumbbells That You Lift.
Oh no, you two.
What's
That's
wrong
a
with
fucking.
it?
That's a name of an anime? How heavy are the dumbbells?
Yes, that you lift.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
that's
features
pretty-
like these lolly, sex-appealed women, anime
Got it.
women.
Hey, it's
There we go.
also,
Makes sense now.
It's also got these giant beefcake guys too in speedos.
Yes. That's why you're watching it, right? For the plot.
Hey, you guys would watch it
That's
for
like
the
what-
same thing.
I'm not sure
You're
which way
wrestling
makes it
fans.
better.
That's what I was trying to explain to Tina when I was watching pro wrestling. She was watching like a women's match. She's like, "Why are these girls wearing like nothing?" I'm like, well, to be fair, the men are just wearing speedos, so you know, they're actually wearing more than the guys if you think about it.
Well, technically.
Yeah, she's like, you got me, but like that girl's might be in a thong. I'm like, you know, flexibility.
But yeah,
It's art.
The show has some pretty legit fitness advice. I mean, thanks to that, I found out I've been doing squats wrong my whole life. You're not supposed to let your knees go past your toes.
Correct.
No, you're not. Also, if anyone tells you ass to the ground, stop it. 90 degrees is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to like powerlifters sometimes, because all that does is destroy your knees. Pro tip.
Yep.
So.
And I also discovered the leg raise exercise. More or less indirectly.
Very good.
The show first shows dragon flags, which are the more advanced version.
Dragon flags.
Basically,
cool.
with leg raises, you're on your back, you grab something above your head to steady your upper body, and then raise your legs up with a bit of your lower back. But with dragon flags, the only part of your body that touches the ground is your shoulder blades. So you gotta have some pretty shredded abs to do that.
Well, good thing I have shredded abs, of course. I'm not totally lying about that. You just always see me with a shirt on, so you just never notice.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I wouldn't want all the ladies around me to like start spewing waterfalls. So thanks. That's actually really nice.
I only bust it out on special occasions when I want a free drink.
That's fair.
And I feel really, really stupid for not knowing this sooner. I found out how sets are supposed to work. Instead of spacing them out over the course of the day like I was doing before, you're supposed to only take 30 seconds to 2-minute breaks between them before going back at it.
Also correct.
Yes.
No wonder I didn't see much progress when working out before.
Yeah, I always do 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like I've turned this into the Red Leaf Fitness Cast.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
we could do a little fitness challenge for ourselves. I mean, Kevin already does it on a weekly basis.
I'm trying to get down to 215, and I actually just changed up my whole lifting routine. Where essentially what you do is you take a deck of cards, like say you want to do arms, and you make like every suit and arm workout, and then the number you draw is how many you do. And you go through half a deck, and you think like, oh, I only drew like 3 tricep extensions. That's not hard. And then you get to half a deck and be like, I've done like 70 of these. Why? So, yeah, I got to change up things. I got to get faster.
And thanks to indoor rock climbing, I've made some progress on my biceps, too. I used to not be able to do a single chin-up, but now I can do 4 in a row. Go me!
Hey! Chin-ups are hard.
Of course, my ability to do the rock climbing is much more dependent on my forearm stamina. There's plenty of strength,
Nathan Drake.
but very little endurance.
Yeah, that's what I'm fixing now, too, so I feel you.
Yeah.
So
So, that's everything on my end. How about you, JD?
Well, I went to a football game last night, soccer,
Nice.
for our American listeners.
Sorry. Sorry.
So this was weird. This is my first experience at Gillette Stadium. It's where the New England Patriots play and the New England Revolution. Okay?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to this game because I was so convinced Zlatan Ibrahimovic plays for LAFC. Well, to my surprise, he doesn't play for that team. He plays for the LA Galaxy, the other LA team.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, well, that's disappointing. Oh well. I will still enjoy the number one team beating the shit out of New England nonetheless. Carlos Vela, and there's a number of other good players on LAFC. Anyways, so I was still going to enjoy my time. It's a nice stadium, but on the one end of the visitor's goal, they tarped it all off. So I was looking at a goal that was empty, essentially, the whole time. It was very strange to look at. They tarped off all the upper decks. They only have it set up for 20,000 people, as opposed to the 60 that the stadium can hold.
Huh.
So it was very odd to see 3/4 of this lower bowl completely full, and then you look across, where you're forced to look, and it's totally empty. It was very bizarre. I've never been to a soccer match where it's set up that way. Because usually you want your most hardcore supporters behind the net, but I guess they don't see it that way. So I'm like, God, these games got to look just so weird on camera. But I bet they just phase it down where it's just over the net, so you don't see the stands above them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And it went on to be one of the worst games I've ever seen live ever.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, almost immediately, LA scores just this weak-ass chip shot goal. Just, the whole stadium just goes, what happened? That was bad.
Look, it only takes one goal to win. Nobody cares how you get it, man.
Well, see, that's the thing. As soon as they scored that early, I'm just go, this does not bode well for the rest of the game. And sure enough, LA just kind of controlled the ball when they felt like it. And
Sports.
New England proceeded to not make a shot on goal for the rest of the game.
Good.
Just not even close. Not even attempts. There was 4 attempts where they could have shot on net and forced the goalie to make a save, but instead he passed it to nobody. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's, get him off the field. I was so mad.
Is there a probability that they were throwing the game?
New England? No, they're in the mid-table fighting for a playoff spot.
Hello, money talks, man.
Yeah, money talks for making the playoffs.
I'm just saying Russo might have been involved.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when you put it that way.
Yes.
Wrestling reference, Colin.
Don't
Sports.
get it.
Yeah, other
Sports
sports.
ball.
Sports ball.
Ha.
Is it sports?
Yeah, absolutely, it's sports.
Yeah. Scripted sports.
Scripted sports. Entertainment.
Huh.
A scripted sports stage play. There we go.
It's redneck anime, let's just say what it is.
Heck, anime. I like it.
Good callback.
And it's funny you mentioned starting to work out. I busted out my exercise bike.
Oh, yeah?
It's basically my regular bike, and I just throw it on something to spin the wheel. And anytime I want to watch a wrestling show, I must get on the bike. That's what I'm doing. Because my cardio is at an all-time low, so I'm just trying to get that up.
I have a quick
Good man.
update for you, JD, real quick.
You have a quick update?
Yeah, I just got a Bleacher Report thing. Do you know who Cain Velasquez is?
Yeah, he was wrestling in AAA last night at Triple Mania.
He
wore a mask.
Apparently hit a perfect Hurricane Rana, apparently. That man is like above 200 pounds, throwing Hurricane Ranas like nothing, apparently.
So is Keith Lee, but you don't see him doing that in NXT because they don't want him to do that. Because NXT is lame now. I said it. I said it. The takeovers are going to be good, but the TV show's not.
Anyway, back to your cardio.
Anyways.
You're wrong.
So yeah, cardio, I'm trying to get that up. And I've been chipping away at playing Judgment. That's that murder mystery game that's in the Yakuza world.
Yakuza Phoenix Wright.
Yes. I'm glad you're aware. Kevin Colvin.
Whatever. Don't do that.
I haven't heard about it.
I stand Kevin and Colin. I said it.
All right. So all the hot takes today.
And Fire Emblem Three Houses just came out last week, so I've been chipping away at that.
I have a question about that.
Okay, shoot.
Is it like Fates where it was 3 really fucking long campaigns? Because that
No.
made me really upset.
No.
Okay.
What you do is you choose which house you want to run, and those are your initial students that'll be in your group for the story, for the main campaign, and you can recruit the other students to your house. So think of Harry Potter. It's like, I'm part of Gryffindor. You know, that Slytherin house is a piece of shit. You should probably come and defect and join mine.
Right, but so like if I play as like red team, is there a point of me going back as blue team and doing it again or no?
No, you don't have to.
Okay,
not that I'm seeing right now.
Because that was the big problem I had with Fates. I was like, these games are way too hard and long, giggity, to do like 3 or 4 times. Like, I don't know, it was a lot.
Yeah, I played both of them once through, but I had no interest in doing the third. What was it, Revelations? Of course it was, Revelations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is I did Birthright, then Conquest, and then Conquest is way fucking harder. So, yeah. That's
the easy mode in Fire Emblem is always just don't turn on permadeath.
Don't be a bitch.
The game is a million times easier. You'll get this, Kevin.
That's not the
get
right way.
this. There is an option. Let's say you mess up, right?
Okay.
In your strategy. And you're like, fuck, I'm gonna have like 2 people die. In a normal Fire Emblem game, you would just go, all right, load save, load it back up, start over, right?
Okay.
In this one, there's the option to restart stage with all your XP retained.
What?
Don't. I'm happy they made the game, quote, more accessible, but don't be a little bitch.
I saw that in the very first stage, so it's the tutorial stage of the game, right?
Uh-huh.
Where you only have like 4 characters. So I went, okay. I had to like double take to make sure I was reading this correctly. I go, that can't possibly mean what I think it means. I go, I have to know. So I clicked it. All of the XP retains and all the levels you gained while playing stay, and you just play it through again. And I ended up wiping that very first tutorial stage, and I go, oh, this is this is very tantalizing to just wreck the game.
To be fair, like Pokemon does that if you think about it. Like if you die in a trainer battle and you gained a level, you still keep it. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, but also at the same time, I'm like, no, this is Fire Emblem.
Right, it's Fire Emblem, but it seems really out of place. Like, I get that not permadeath makes the game easier, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes the game go by quicker, let's face it. You'll eventually figure it out kind of deal.
Yeah.
So instead of just reloading... Because these stages take like an hour sometimes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to do the 3 campaigns. Now, Phoenix is the most bullshit of modes. If you play in Phoenix, we're not friends.
Phoenix?
You know, at least it was in that was in the Birthright and whatever Fates one, where literally if anyone dies every turn they come back, and the battle doesn't restart. It's just like, oh, you killed Frederick last turn. Guess what? Shink. Frederick's back. What up?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I did that. I won't lie. I did that at the very end of the 3rd game. I was like, I just want to finish this fucking game. I just want to move on with my life. So I was playing Fire Emblem for like a year at that point. I was like, just stop.
Oh boy.
I love these games, but this is too much.
Yeah, so the XP one was quite funny to me. I did notice that, I mentioned this on the podcast yesterday, the anime one. This is the most jarring to just jump into. Because there's just so much information you have to learn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I heard they got rid of the weapon triangle, too.
No.
Really? Oh,
No, they added to it, if anything.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, a bow is equivalent to now a sword as well. So if you're going up against an axe and a mage, so now that weapon triangle is... it's expanded, I'll say. At least that's my understanding of it right now. I still need to play more.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move this right along, shall we?
Video games.
Video games.
Okay.
Yeah. I like those. Oh, draw.
Yeah, I played the Metal Gear Solid little ringtone thing.
Nice.
Snake.
But think about having that as my
Snake's
actual ringtone.
So I did that, and let me tell you, you never will like that sound again if you do.
Yeah.
Because when it goes off every 10 seconds, you're like, oh, I really hate that sound. Like, I always put video game sounds for my ringtones, and then, or like a text message, and then I immediately go, man, I don't want to hear that sound every 5 seconds. So I always default back to like my phone's default ones. Even the Persona 4 like menu one, I was like, oh, that's neat. Oh, fuck.
So, we got some just random topics here. I'll just go through this first one I just found today. No Man's Sky Beyond update arrives August 14th. Why am I bringing this up? Well, it adds a new multiplayer experience in VR.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
So, I'm excited for this, actually, because I've been waiting for VR to come to No Man's Sky for a long time, actually.
I thought it was already there.
Yes, no.
I
No,
guess.
it arrives August 14th, so shortly after this podcast releases. I gotta say, these people from Hello Games, they didn't pull the whole EA or Bethesda excuse where, oh, you know, we messed up, whatever, you guys ruined the game. These guys knew that they messed up, right? And they've
Keep swinging, man.
and they just keep improving the game as much as they can to really give you the best experience possible. And
So,
I have to
kinda
say,
blame
at the
Sony.
very least, kudos for sticking with it. And I think this is going to bring me back for a little bit. I'm very curious to see this world in VR.
Cool.
It kind of shows that Sony fucked them up more than them fucking them up. Which
Yeah.
is what I've heard people claim that like they got rushed and Sony was telling them, "Hey, we got to get this done. We got to get this done." They're like, "It's not ready to be done. We got to get this done." So that worked out because it's super exclusive, right?
Yeah, it is
Worth
now,
it.
right?
Yeah, totally worth it. Yeah,
Well,
I
the
wanna play No
VR, I
Man's
believe,
Sky.
is only going to be PC and PS4, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think that disc is $10 anymore because I was thinking about getting it when it was 10, but now I think GameStop and everyone knows better. So I'll get it eventually.
It's a small game, too. It's only about an 8 gig install, and then all the updates. So
Which are
it might
probably
be
more than 8 gigs.
It might be 16 in total now.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's
quite
just
small.
if it's just randomly generating stuff, it's not really like storage. It's kind of just like an algorithm.
Right.
So yeah, so I can see how it's small. That's cool.
And then Rockstar officially launched Grand Theft Auto's online casino.
Allow me to eye roll really, really, really hard.
Yeah, pretty.
This is,
Yeah, what you got to say, Kevin?
so the thing I've been seeing all week is everyone's like a bunch of podcast listeners are like, this is it. This is when the fucking government's gonna come in and be like, this is too far. You're gambling real money now. What about the children? And the only thing I can think is, don't let your fucking children play the mature game and you don't have this fucking issue, idiot. I fucking hate that excuse. Like, oh, kids are just gonna gamble. They don't understand the replicating. I'm like, who's let their fucking 5-year-old play GTA? You're a bad parent. Everyone that should be playing GTA understands like what you're doing. Even a high school kid, they're smart enough to know, okay, I can purchase credits if your parents let you play it. And they go, I'm not going to get real money back because my PlayStation doesn't print money. Like, you know, but a 5-year-old, why are they playing it? Not an issue.
What if you're 12 or 13?
Don't let your kids play GTA if you have concerns. And 12 and 13 is way too young.
How old were
My
you when
parents-
you played GTA 3?
GTA 3, I didn't. My older brother got to play it when he was 14.
Uh-huh.
And then I didn't, well, I wasn't allowed to play it or look at it or whatever.
Okay.
That being said-
I got to play GTA 3 when I was 14, 13?
Right. But that was also your parents' decision to go, you're mature enough to understand this. You can play it. And also, like, I come from a very cop-heavy family. They were like, we're not letting you play a game where you kill cops. And then eventually my dad was like, these don't look like people. Go nuts, whatever. Because my dad is kind of a realist, and he was like, "This, I get you're not going to go out and kill cops, kid. Go ahead."
Colin, you sound like you have an opinion on this.
Not particularly. I mean, I remember playing GTA 1 and 2 with my brother on the computer when I was like maybe 10 or 11, and then skipped completely over 3, and then I think played Vice City when I was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then San Andreas after that. After that, I just kind of stopped. But yeah, I feel.
So I popped into the Diamond Casino. Okay,
yes.
It's really fun. I will say this first and foremost. It's really fun. I do have this issue with you can buy the in-game currency with real money. Because that does pose major repercussions for people.
Why?
Well, some people have gambling problems.
Oh, it's not just some. There's a lot of things going on about this game, whether it's in Europe or whatever, where kids are now, and we're talking anywhere from ranging 8 to 30, right? Where they are becoming social standards, right? You go into this virtual world, you gamble this money, and you're at the craps table or whatever it may be, or you want to get this nice hotel room or whatever high standard thing you want to get in this game, right? Mm-hmm. So you're in this virtual casino world, and it's really immersing you into almost a social acceptance, and you could definitely feel it, because I was just online talking with some people, and they just go, man, there was one guy, he's like, man, I really need this suit for my character so I can get into this other area. Hold on, I just gotta get my credit card. And I'm like, what?
Oh no.
Okay, so why is GTA the problem, though? There's thousands upon thousands of online casinos. People can ruin their own lives in that way. Why is this an issue? Because it's a video game?
Online casinos are a problem.
Yeah, so fucking why is Grand Theft Auto? You know why?
Because it's an online casino.
The video games! Think of the children! No, because people think fucking video games are still for kids only, and that's why everyone's freaking out.
This is my thought. If you
weren't
able to purchase this in-game currency with real money, there'd be no problem with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about the other online casinos that you can, buy with real money and then lose real money?
Those are regulated. GTA Online's casino is not. Well,
you're not winning real money. It's not real gambling.
And that's the loophole.
Yeah. And that's also the problem. I mean, with real casinos, you have a chance of getting some money back. GTA Online, your money's gone.
That's okay. So when I buy DLC, my money's gone.
Yeah, but at least you're
putting money into a game.
You get something tangible out of it. You get something somebody else made. Whereas here, you're just getting in-game currency.
You can also buy it with in-game money. Me and my buddy looked into it because they weren't really.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. But at the second you run out, that's when that trigger kicks in, right? For a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've noticed this online. It is not just, say, people falling to these predatory tactics that have issues. These are normal people that are now. This is now going into a social standing. And that's where I have the biggest issue. This is where it gets scary.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Kevin. There is a sense of maturity to it, but admit it. People aren't mature.
No, I know, but look, nobody's stopping you from going to a real casino and blowing all your money. That's my thing. Like,
sure they are. It's called you have to be of age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
fucking guess what? It has a label right on the box. It says mature. If your fucking stupid parent buys you GTA and they're stupid enough to give you access to their credit card, they fucking deserve it, if I'm being honest. That's your fault for letting your 12-year-old have access to your credit card and play Grand Theft Auto.
I would say...
Maybe it's karma.
I don't think that's stupidity on parents' parts. It's more like just... ignorance that's not helped by the companies being so obtuse about the whole thing. It's
Says
that's
M
the
right
same.
on the box.
Yeah, but it just says like in-game purchases, which is an incredibly vague term.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, but the game says mature. That's
Well,
what I'm
That's
saying.
never
like,
been an issue ever in gaming ever. for kids to get those games. The parents just go, yeah, I'm going to go get this. It's like getting your kid to go in to see a rated R movie.
bad parent.
Of course, I'm also
Like, do your research.
I'm also talking FIFA 19 and Fortnite here.
Fortnite's free. But
Yeah,
here's
but-
the thing: you still need a credit card to buy it. Don't give your kids your credit card.
Well, some parents forget that they have the credit card info on the system, and
Bad.
plus, let's face it, being a parent's not easy. That you got a lot on your mind, and occasionally things are going to slip through the cracks, and
Sure.
you're gonna, at some point, it's just gonna. You find yourself too busy to be so vigilant about what your kids are doing with the real money on these systems.
Right. All it takes is one night, right?
Yeah. And let's not forget.
There's plenty of FIFA stories where the parent just goes, all right, yeah, make your couple purchases. I'll put my card in, and it'll. They don't save it, but something slips through, like you said, Colin, and then they rack up $2,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Just bang. Oh,
And-
it just takes a split second, right?
Yeah, and what you were saying earlier about like social standings type stuff, when it comes to Fortnite, that actually bleeds into the real world because Kevin brought it up a number of episodes ago. Kids are bullying other kids for having default skins in Fortnite. Like at school, bullying the kids in real life because they don't have like paid skins and such.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple other instances in GTA Online that I was messing with before bed last night, and I had run out of the in-game currency. And I go, well, I guess my game's over. I want to keep playing, but now I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I could easily see hundreds of thousands of people just being in that moment, and instead of being like me where I go, well, I'm going to go to bed, I have a podcast to record in the morning. They go, I want to keep playing for a couple hours. How much money is going to keep me to play for a couple hours? That is gambling.
Yep.
Period.
Absolutely.
So the solution is get a podcast.
Hundreds of thousands of podcasts pop up every day to prevent you from gambling inside Grand Theft Auto.
You are a lovely.
Brought to
may
you
be
by the
entitled
Red Leaf
to financial-
Retrocast. We approve of this message.
You may be entitled to financial compensation for not having a podcast. I don't know, man. I get all your points. I just see it as if you're gonna give your kid your credit card, you should probably research how this gets done. 2-step authentication. Do something to. I know parenting's hard. I'm not taking that away from anybody, but like to me, I just see this as like a non-issue. That's just me. I don't know. I think people are taking a little overboard.
Well, the thing is, a lot of parents don't see video games as having that kind of risk of like putting extra real money into the game. It's
Right.
just it's an obtuse concept that something they've already paid money for would ask for more money. Of course, more and more people are waking up to that nowadays, but there's still parents out there who aren't really plugged into the video game scene and thus aren't as prepared with the knowledge of that sort of thing.
Oh, you could track that back any generation. There's always something that tries to rope kids in to where the parents aren't educated, right? They're unaware of some social thing that's happening outside of their realm, because whether it's a generational gap, whether it's technology's advanced and they're having trouble keeping up. I mean, hell, I see my parents just the whole concept of a computer when I was growing up just went over their heads, right? I go, why? And
Growing Up is an autobiographical poem by revolutionary feminist, born in 1973.
Alexa, stop listening.
computer off. Fuck.
Alexa, when will my dad come back from the store?
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I had an experience when I was young where just trying to explain that, Mom, Dad, I have to stay late at the library to write a paper on a computer, and they weren't aware, and then I had to ask for money so I could print out the paper, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they just gave me this arbitrary amount of money because they just didn't know. It's kind of it's a very similar circumstance where a parent just doesn't know or what they should know. The information and learning of the information just isn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying, Kevin?
No, I do. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I don't know. I guess I've just been, my parents have always had maybe it's because my dad was a cop, but he always had the wherewithal to be like, what am I buying? What are you doing? And you don't just get my credit card, kid. It doesn't work. And he's like, here's $20, go to the store, get this, you give me my receipt back. I'm like, all right, you got it. Like, I don't know. It could be just because that's how my dad was. I know not everyone's parents are like that.
Oh, no.
So I'm just taking that. My dad was never just like, blind money, fuck you. I don't think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How about a fun one now?
Okay.
Tax evasion? Is this a tax evasion one?
I mean, all major corporations do tax evasion and they get money
Hell
back.
yeah.
So that's not news.
Yeah.
It's just scum of the earth, salt of the earth type stuff that always happens.
Hell yeah.
I mean, how much did GE get back in tax returns? They don't pay anything. It was like 50 billion. I don't remember. Anyways,
Sure, whatever.
Looking for the best games on Nintendo Switch, Polygon has come up with a living list of the Nintendo Switch games we recommend everyone to play or watch in reverse chronological order.
Man,
whatever the hell that means.
Not love Polygon's opinions. Can't wait to hear it. Let's go.
All right, Fire Emblem Three Houses. So far, I agree. Super Mario Maker 2. Cadence of Hyrule is now on this list.
Really?
Yeah, because that's a good game.
Huh.
All right, I'll give him that.
Okay. Steam World Quest, Hand of Gilgamesh.
I mean, that's on everything, but yeah, okay.
I have been very curious to play a Steam World game. I've never done it.
So I would recommend Dig. How do I describe it? The only other game I know that's like it is a game called Super Motherload on PS4. But essentially, there's this town above ground that you want to keep upgrading, but you upgrade it by digging through the earth, finding mines to upgrade your stuff. To like, oh, I want more oil to go down deeper. And then run out of oil, go back up, upgrade your stuff, keep going down and down and down. You know, kind of like that.
Well, this looks like it's a card-based RPG.
Oh, Quest. Right. Quest is it's a weird... You ever play Darkest Dungeon?
Yes.
Yes?
It's kind of like that without the dark themes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's cool.
I might be into it. Baba Is You. I recommend Baba Is You. That's a fun, cheap puzzle game. And it really gets you to put your mind outside a box. Or two. Or three.
Don't know that one, yeah.
Yeah. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I disagree with that one.
Yeah, don't. You have Mario Maker. You don't need it anymore.
Well, I mean, Mario Odyssey exists, so...
Well, I mean, if you want a 2D... Well, yeah. But, like, if you want a 2D Mario game, there's literally no need for one to ever be made again because Super Mario Maker 2 exists. And it's on something that's portable, so you can't even make, like, that argument.
I didn't find Mario U Deluxe or Mario U at all very interesting. It was just a left to right jumpy game. It didn't have the Mario challenge.
It was well, the Mario challenge is gone since the Wii. Let's be real. But like that, it's not a bad game, but I just hate that that Mario art because it looks like a Chinese knockoff. Like that plastic. Like every time I see like Mario Brothers U art, I'm like, this looks like some Chinese knockoff item on a book bag or whatever, you know.
Oh, come on, you got to give it more credit than that. Taiwanese.
Oh, sorry. My bad. It just, I don't know. It looks like shit. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like Mario U at all. Yeah. Smash Ultimate, yes, sir.
Garbage. Am I right? Melee. Okay. Moving on.
Where's my Melee remaster? This is Ultimate. This is nonsense. This is stupid.
People need to fucking let Melee die. Go
Pokemon
on.
Let's Go?
Yeah, I was bored of that real fast.
Yeah.
I actually traded it in to get those PlayStation lights you can get at GameStop. I was like, this is more worth it to me than Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah, I was not into Let's Go.
Yeah, it was boring.
Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, I guess. I mean,
It's on other things.
there aren't many games like that on the Switch anyways, so I can see why you would recommend it.
Does it run well on Switch?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I heard Mortal Kombat 11 apparently runs like shit. I didn't know that.
Well, I'm not surprised.
So, yeah.
Towerfall, the old Ouya exclusive game, which is really fun, actually.
It is a really good... I would call it a Smash clone, but it's not. Really.
I love
don't know
Towerfall. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. I need to get more people to play it with me. That's the problem.
Into the Breach. Well, now that this game's on there, I wouldn't recommend Diablo 3, but...
Yeah, okay then.
Celeste, we all know about Celeste. And Dead Cells, we know about Dead Cells. Hollow Knight, we know about Hollow Knight. That's 3 for 3, no question.
Okay.
Fortnite.
Look, you may not like Fortnite, but you can't deny good free game.
Sure.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It may not be everyone's cup of tea. I liked it before it got weird. Like now, like Simpler was better with that game when it was just like a straight
is it
battle
too
royale.
mainstream and you got to be a contrarian about being cool?
No, it's just like
Why don't you go
like,
why don't you go sit on your stoop and talk about your feelings?
Shut the fuck up. I don't have feelings. Yeah, no, the thing is, like, when that game was, like, just build and shoot, I was cool with it, and then it got, like, here's buggies, there's a tornado coming, whoa, jets and clouds, I'm like, what the fuck is going on anymore? Like, yeah,
Colin,
I don't know.
that sounds like Kevin doesn't like having fun.
Yeah, you know what, fuck you, I hate Dark Souls. just had to throw it in there, sorry.
Stardew Valley,
Yeah,
people like
okay.
that.
Not my cup of tea, but...
Yeah.
I like
Golf
it.
Story.
I heard that was fun, I want to play that.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I quite enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Mario XCOM.
Yeah.
The thing is, I forgot that game came out.
Mario Kart 8
Kinda-
Deluxe.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, sure.
why not?
Binding of
You think-
Isaac Afterbirth Plus.
Very good game. Random question: do you think there's gonna be a Mario Kart 9 on Switch or no? Or are they just gonna be cool with 8?
That's a good
I don't
question.
Yeah,
My gut tells me yes, there will be 9, but my brain says a slim chance, and it would be at the end of the lifespan.
here's a hot take: they're gonna make Double Dash 2 because they need a new Mario Kart, but something wildly different enough. I'm calling it right now.
I would be okay with that. Oh, speaking
I'm
of
calling-
kart racers, Crash Team Racing Remaster has microtransactions.
Garfield Furious Kart. Yeah, I heard about that.
Fuck.
What about Garfield Kart though?
That did not make the list.
It has a sequel coming out, and it will be on the list. It's a living
Some
list,
Zelda Breath of the Vilda made the list. I don't know. I don't know.
Cadence of Hyrule, is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule twice.
Alright, yes.
So, strategy games really coming to the Switch in stride. I would say Octopath Traveler should have been on that list.
Yeah, but it has just a giant flaw. That story thing. That sucks.
But the gameplay's so good.
Gameplay is really fucking good, but man, when I saw the end credits and I was like, oh, but you should finish with every character, I was like, no, I'm good. I got it.
And I think there's a big omission from there.
Oh?
Splatoon 2.
Oh.
That seems to never make these lists.
I don't think Splatoon 2 is as popular as the first one was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They made some silly decisions with that game, like Salmon Run only being allowed when Papa Nintendo says it's okay.
There are some silly decisions. What they've done recently is they had the very last Splatfest.
That seems early, also.
It does seem early, but what they're doing instead of the Splatfest now is you're allowed to create lobbies for your own Splatfest that anyone can hop in and join.
Yeah, but I feel like the event was like something to like get everyone to pop back into and be like, come on, let's go, let's do a couple games, like just any kind of little event. You know, I guess it's not the worst thing to do, but something about it seems special. It was like, ooh, Splatfest time.
I mean, I did a few of them myself. They're okay. I do like this idea of create your own lobby for Splatfest. Create your own Splatfest. I think that's a really fun direction to take the game.
How long before we see the PlayStation versus Xbox Splatfest on the Switch?
Immediately.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
By the way, it's obviously PlayStation.
Oh, obviously.
Obviously.
It's Google Stadia. Excuse me.
Oh no,
Oh,
I can't even with that.
Fucking Stadia.
I hope that fails a quick death.
I don't hope it fails, because I hope something better comes out of it, though, as if, like... Here's what I want Stadia to be. I don't want it to be, like, a mainstream player, but I would like it to be something that, like, all three of them get on board with. Be like, hey, if you want to just carry over your PlayStation game that you were just playing, you can do it. Like, it's not its own platform, you know? I want it to be, like, a supplement to the other ones, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because then I'd be cool with it.
All right. Well, anybody else?
Where was 1-2 Switch on that list?
1-2 Switch was well. Come on, that goes without saying. That's a must buy first and foremost. ARMS wasn't on there actually.
Yeah, that game came and went. Had no legs. You know what sucks is that 1-2 Switch was like packed in with the original Switch, and when the Switch Lite comes out, you can't play it. Good job, Nintendo.
It's not made for that.
Real good.
Yeah, you won't be able to play ARMS either.
I thought you could do that with the gamepad. You could do that with buttons.
Can you do it with?
Yeah. I just heard it wasn't as good or fun. But then again, neither was that game.
I had fun with ARMS.
I'm surprised one of those characters didn't make it in Smash.
Well, there's what is it? It's one of those extra like functions. I don't know what it's called in Smash, but they're in there. They do exist in there.
The trophy things?
No, there's some sort of environment attack that involves ARMS, or you throw a box and the ARMS character will come out, something like that.
Like a spirit character or capsule character?
Capsule character. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was a Sis trophy
or a summon.
Yes, they summoned Seto Kaiba himself.
Huh.
Oh, random thing. You ever heard of Duel Masters? Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters?
Heard of it.
Yes.
Apparently, I always thought that was in like the same universe as Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it literally looked like the same game, and apparently it's not. I just learned that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody ripped off a rip-off to make it, and I was like, this is a weird thing. Anyway, it was a random thought I had. Not relevant to literally anything we were speaking about, so.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, well, what's our time? Oh, 48. Cool. I will play a drop, and we'll get into our games. Yay!
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I played the Castlevania one. Seems appropriate.
Whoa, that's crazy, because you know what we're going to be talking about?
Well, we'll get to a Castlevania game later.
Spoiler.
Oh my god. So, I picked PSN, much like the Switch Lite. Or not Switch Lite, Jesus. Switch Online.
Good. Nope, the perfect Switch Lite.
Theme topic. Just to get us to play just a more or less random games that are on there. So with this PlayStation Network, honestly, I was kind of hoping someone pick Intelligence Cube. But no one picked it, so oh well.
Nope.
Is it on PSN?
It's on.
I think it was.
It's on PSN, not in North America.
So how the fuck would I know to pick that?
Ah.
But we already...
You want too much from me.
Well, here's the thing. We can't pick Intelligent Cube. We already did it.
Get fucked, JD!
Did it on the Puzzle Games cast.
Get fucked!
Did we?
Yes. I distinctly remember that was my theme.
I hear the bitterness, and every time I suggest...
I forgot.
Every time I pick a game, I hear the fucking bitterness through that text of, check the spreadsheet, dipshit. And here you are.
Well, I did just check the spreadsheet to confirm.
Here's your crow.
Well,
Eat it.
Yeah, suck it, nerd.
We've done a lot of games on this cast, obviously.
I know, that's why I can't remember them.
Okay, so this was my way to pick a couple games that I've wanted to play, and there's no real theme that they kind of go into.
Old.
Or I just couldn't think of one at the time.
Old.
And it gives us an excuse also to talk about what are our thoughts over the PlayStation Network.
Can you fucking put the classics for PS1 on PS4 now, Sony? That'd be fucking great. There's literally no reason not to. I yell at Nintendo, I'm gonna yell at Sony too. There's literally no fucking reason not to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, does it?
And also, the fact that, like, the PS2 games that they did put on PS3, all 12 of them, they don't carry over to my PS4. So, like, I have War of the Monsters on my PS3. Don't get it on my PS4. Because they made it look slightly prettier. Fuck you, I'm not buying it twice. So, yeah, that was my little rant. But otherwise, good service.
I think it is a good service. It had that big rough patch in the PS3 era, the infamous hacking incident.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, another good thing I want to say about it. I do enjoy the fact that they kind of got it together. This took some time, but I can go on my phone onto a browser, browse the store, because browsing it on a PS3, by the way, nightmare. And I can purchase a game there and hit download, and chances are it'll be ready by the time I get home. I love that part of that service, and I
just use the PS app myself.
Well, yeah, on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Or on the system. Yeah, either way. Browser thing. It's literally, like, the app is literally just a browser window. So, it's kind of weird. But other than that, I love it. I wish the speeds on the network were a little faster.
Yeah, I did
Sony
notice there
has.
was an update fairly recently where it feels like the speed and flow of the storefront goes a lot quicker, especially when you're like when you go to the summer sale right now and you want to go to the next page. Instead of it having to reload the entire page, now it's just refreshing the slew of games that's on that list there.
Yeah, they're getting better, at least on the PS4 front. But like, if you ever try to search for a game on PS3 recently, because they made it worse.
I have not.
You have to. You got a vertical line of letters, and say you're looking for what was it? Army of Two.
Oh, that way. Yeah, I hate that
where
way.
you have to go
A,
and then scroll down to R. I'm like, this. Who fucking thought this was a good idea? Yeah, it's shitty, and that's why I just use my phone to browse PSN now. I do not like the storefront.
Yeah, I do my phone as well, or just on the PC, rather than going through the actual console. It's quite funny.
So they got some kinks to work out. I'm surprised Microsoft does not have a similar system to do that. You can't, at least from what I know, you can't go on your phone and do that. And there was one more thing I wanted to say about PSN that I'm trying to remember now. I hate how they're like, I get why, but like I can't browse PS3 games on my PS4 and like, hey, I have a PS3. Can you just like, can I buy it here and just download it? So like if I look at the summer sale, it only shows me PS4 games on my PS4, which I get why they do that, but maybe I want to look at everything, you know? Maybe I already have Resident Evil 6 on my PS3 and I don't want to buy it again for my 4. But I get why they do that, because maybe they'll trick you and go, you fucking idiot.
I'd like to see more improvement with the PlayStation View and PlayStation, their version of Game Pass.
Oh, now? Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation Now. I'd like to see a lot more improvement. It should the improvement should have happened already, is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I think that's a big... I mean, now you can download the games. That's a big improvement right there, just right in itself.
Some
games, not them all. It should be all of them.
It should be all of them.
So I don't know...
And the pricing is way too expensive.
Yes, it's overpriced. That's why I don't have it myself. Right. I'm wondering if it should just be included with the PlayStation Plus part of it.
They should.
I don't know why it's a totally separate service.
Well, I think they've already kind of diminished the name, like, because now people like because it had a bad launch, if you remember.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah,
I think they got to ditch the name and call it like PlayStation Play Pass or something. You know, something to rip off Microsoft's name so people get what it is, but also ditch the name PlayStation Now to like rebrand it.
PlayStation Plus Now.
PlayStation Plus Pass, like say I want like Pass in there so people are like, oh, it's like Game Pass, man, you know.
I don't know. I if PlayStation
Just
wants to
remind
do their own
people.
thing, I don't like the idea of it being a pass, right?
I mean, they already ripped off the classic system, like Nintendo. Why not? Lean into the wave, bro. Also, their classic was bad.
PlayStation Network Pass? I guess that flows.
Yeah. I don't know. Play Pass, something.
A rebranding might not be the worst idea, but they definitely have to still improve it, have more of the quality of life issues. Now, as for the retro games being on there, be it PS2 or PS1, I know there's a lot of licensing issues with a lot of companies.
Yes.
Hence, that's why Spyro and Crash are no longer on the store. However, if there's games that don't have that licensing issue, I don't understand why they are region only. So if there's a Japanese game that you want, it's not going to be on the American store, even though that's some of them are, but not all of them, right?
Yeah. I had this game Fireman 2 that it says I can play it, and it has like a little Japanese flag on the store, but when I download that game, it's all in Japanese.
Well, because it's from Japan.
Right, but like, I don't know, it seems weird. I'm like, you just don't put it here, I guess? I don't know. It's nice that you did. I appreciate it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like it'd be a little simple option where, hey, games, Japan. Just a little drop-down menu, right? Or games, Europe. Like Intelligence Cube. Why that game isn't on the North American stores, it's beyond my understanding.
Yeah. LSD Dream Emulator. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Games like that.
But I will say the selection of games is good. Nintendo. It's you have a very solid classic lineup. You know, even like weird games like Shooter Space Shot, which was some like budget fucking space shooter they put on there, a game that nobody remembers. It's not just the popular ones. Because they could have gone the easy route and just been like, all right, Crash, Spyro, fucking that anyone else, like they have some weird obscure things on there. And that's fine, and I like that. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they take things off. I don't really... There's not too many things off. And then to my other Twitter fight, listen to digital fucking haters. If you bought Scott Pilgrim, you can still get it. That's one thing I'll give Sony. I don't know how the law works, but everyone goes right to they can magically take a game away from you. They can't. Scott Pilgrim, if you go into your download list, you have to scroll through it. It's a pain in the ass if you have a lot of digital downloads, but you can hit download to PS3, and it will be there.
Is there not a search function on your download queue list?
Not that I know of. I had to dig through the list manually. Is it ideal? Absolutely fucking not. But the fact is I can still get to the things I purchased.
Yeah, I can do that with my with mine as well. That's how I still have Crash and Spyro digital files.
Even Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know, I got it.
So at least there's that. Yeah. Colin, you've been quiet. Yes. What's going on?
I don't really have much to say. The only thing I really use the PSN for is downloading games, and haven't encountered any major problems with it. I mean, it is a little annoying that the games you get free with PS Plus, you can only play if you have a PS Plus membership, but that's small potatoes. The Xbox fixed that. I was proud of them for that. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can, I guess if your gold membership runs out, you can download the game, you can still play them, which is nice.
Good to know.
Yeah. God damn it, Sony.
Yeah, I need PS Plus if I want to keep playing The Witness or Steep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
The Witness was free on the Epic's game stores not too long ago. Could have just done it that way.
I think I got mine
I don't know if
before
you've heard,
that.
But you should probably kill yourself instead of use the Epic Game Store according to the internet. So.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. Foolish me.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like Russian spyware. I don't fucking know, according to Tinfoil Hat Wears.
I love it.
So,
whatever. Here's one thing I have an issue with PS Plus. I get the whole legal things with if you don't have PS Plus, you lose the right to play those games that are in your PS Plus queue.
That you did not pay for,
So, what I don't like is you're only able to play the games that you have specifically downloaded during your PS Plus membership. Am I asking for too much that I think if you have PS Plus, you should have access to all games that have been available on PS Plus in the past? Is that asking too much?
Yes and no. Because I don't know what the actual finances work, but those developers need their kickback. I'm sure Sony doesn't pay them the full price of the game, so they're probably like, look, if people download it, we'll give you a cut of whatever. But when the game goes off the list, developers want to be paid what their game's worth at the time. So I'm not saying it's consumer friendly, but I kind of get it from help the developers out. Like, look, your game's not free anymore. Let's get them their money.
All right. Well, then how about this? Let's say I got I always get my PS Plus membership every Black Friday, basically, right?
Okay. Right.
So it's that year-long span.
Okay.
How about you still have access to the PS Plus games during your membership? So let's say I go on vacation for, I don't know, a solid month, right?
Okay.
I'm not thinking about PlayStation. I'm not thinking about this. And they have 3 games available for December. And then I come back in January. I've missed the boat on downloading my PS Plus games. I can no longer go back and get them.
Well, that's what I'm kind of saying before. Like, hey, you had your window, and like Sony very loudly announces what those games are, and they give you sometimes more than a full month to get them. Like, you have your window. I know people are busy, but they give you till the first Tuesday of the next month.
You do have this membership, though. I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying. I think the window should be however long your membership is. Whatever games became available during your membership, you should be able to go get them. It shouldn't be just this. Even a month. Yes, it's a decent amount of time. Don't get me wrong. But I think, let's say you're just not in the mood, and then you just kind of go, I'm not really into that game, and then 3 months later you go, okay, I'd like to do it. Oh, it was available in December. Oh.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it would be the very consumer-friendly thing.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it'd be a very easily done deal.
I just don't think it's too much to ask. Be like, hey, go on the store, hit the download for free button, and then be like, okay, we're done here. Is it an extra step? Yes.
Bad kitty.
I get that. Oh
Bad
boy,
kitty,
cat.
get down from there.
JD's beating his cat again. JD beating cats confirmed.
He's pounding his pussy.
JD pounding pussy confirmed.
And he was doing so well, guys.
Red Leaf Retrocast now on Pornhub.
Can we get the podcast on Pornhub?
Nah, you missed an opportunity to say Brazzers.
Podcast host beats pussy live on air.
Colin, I'm gonna have to get you to look up how to get our podcast on porn sites.
Pretty sure you can just upload it on Pornhub. I don't think it takes much effort. You just make an account, and not that I know. I might know for science.
Yeah. Asking for a friend, I take it.
Yeah, Jevin is his name.
Jevin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get these games going.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, we played games.
Yeah. So those were our thoughts over the PlayStation Network. I think it could be easily more consumer friendly. There's no reason. There's no reason for it not to be. Just like our opinions over Switch Online, there's a lot of quality and consumer friendly issues that just don't exist.
Oh, it's still better than Switch Online.
Oh, it's way better than Switch
Much
Online.
better.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can play Mario Tennis Aces for free coming up.
Oh, yeah?
For like a week.
That means people would have to play Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh well, that is the problem, right?
Yeah, I was so disappointed with that game.
Yeah, well, didn't do it either. All right, so my first game that I chose, English,
grammar, yes,
was a game called Tomba, and as you know, I am a huge platformer fan.
Yeah.
Tomba was developed by Whoopee Camp. Just an awesome name, I must say.
That's the...
They made 2 whole games.
They made Tomba and Tomba 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it was the game was made by Tokuro Fujiwara, who established and led the development of the game. He's a Capcom dude in 95 that got mad and made his own company. I've heard this story 1,000 times.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially with Capcom.
I was going to say Konami, but...
Konami as well. They're the other ones.
Yeah.
It was released in December 97 in Japan, North America, June 30th, 98. So, a good 6-month window. Difference. You are a cave boy of sorts, and you're going up against evil pigs.
As you do.
As one does.
Uh-huh.
And it's this pseudo 2D, 2.5D thing, but not quite 2.5D. It's very strange. You'll see the camera kind of go in and out every now and again, but you're still
like
in this.
Klonoa.
It's not quite the 2.5D of Klonoa though. It's you're still on a 2D plane, but the camera doesn't actually flip. It just kind of tilts.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Although you can jump between parallel planes.
Yeah, you can go in and out like Klonoa, but the camera doesn't actually flip. It's very odd. It's very colorful, and it's very off-putting at times. It's almost like they didn't complete development. I don't know. It was. What did you guys think of visually?
Colin?
Yeah, it looked fine to me. I'd say it was a full-on 2.5D thing. I mean, the camera may not flip, but occasionally there are bits where it rotates 90 degrees to get into a new environment.
Yeah.
And plus
I think it was...
with how you like jumped into like the background plane, it had kind of a 3D look to everything. Although it kind of gave me flashbacks to Sonic Mania. I think it was like Metallic Zone.
Oh no.
That had this.
I guess I would call it
mechanic.
more isometric than this 2.5D.
No, 2.5D's... No, it's not isometric.
No.
Oh my god, kitty cat. That is so bad. Get off
Pound his
my
pussy
cord.
live. 100% confirmed. Going to Pornhub.
God, he ripped my headphones out of the computer.
Oh no.
I didn't hear what you guys said.
We're going to Pornhub.
Going to Pornhub. All right, concerned. Confirmed concerned.
It's not isometrics like that top down diagonal look. Like this is 2.5D. I'd call it.
Yeah.
I will say, like it's clearly trying to show off the 3D capabilities of the PlayStation, albeit a little maybe too much. Like
late in the lifespan.
just like hey, calm it down, guys. We get it. We have 3D models. You know. I'm concerned whether or not to say age well because I think it looks okay, but you know, it still looks old.
Yeah, it's like this weird in between where you go, I like this visual, but it seems like it hasn't aged well, but it kind of did. It's got this weird in between opinion with me.
Yeah, it's the gameplay of it. I was confused at first. I remember playing this years ago.
Oh,
I thought
it was so confused at first.
Yeah, I thought it was a straight left to right platformer. It is not. You have certain tasks to do, and then when you do those tasks, then you're allowed to keep going further. You have to backtrack a bunch. The missions are not super apparent of what to do.
That was definitely the most annoying aspect of the game with me. I just didn't know what to do more than half the time.
Yeah. I used a guide when I played this years ago. It's not very straightforward. Once you figure out what to do, it's easy, and the most of the gameplay challenge really comes from like, what do I have to do? As opposed to like, because when you get to like a boss fight in this game, the boss fight's way too easy.
Yeah, there's the one where you gotta like throw this, what is he?
That's it. He's a pig, you throw the pig in the bag, that's it.
It's like this weird green pig with a... Did he have an eye patch?
Who cares?
Sure, he has an eye patch, I guess, this time in my memory. But yeah, you have to mount him, which I find hilarious. I do like that. Gotta mount the pigs to get him. So you mount him and then throw him in a bag, and he gets chucked around the screen quite a bit. It reminds me of the boss battles in Nights into Dreams on the Saturn.
yeah.
I played that. So
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. So, the boss battles, and Klonoa, actually, in that aspect as well. Two games I very much love. There was just something missing. The boss battles were definitely not challenging enough. That was definitely missing. The goal of what to do, the objectives, was wildly annoying because I just didn't know. Again, Kevin, I'm with you. I had to look up a guide, and this is supposed to be a game for kids. Supposed to be.
think of the children.
Think of the children, and the children aren't going to understand this. And I also have never played the first one. I've only played the second one, and I have the second one. That is full on 2.5D.
Is that one easier to figure out what to do?
Yes, it's so much easier. Everything I can say after playing this one, every problem that I had with this game, where it's like, oh, I wish there were more weapons to use instead of just like this flail mounts attack and a boomerang. There's more weapons in that one. I wish there was more of this adventure type feel. Well, they fixed that in the second one. I wish that the controls were a little bit more smooth, I guess, because it felt janky, like jumping from point to point as I was going through stages in this one. Everything was fixed in the sequel, and I loved the sequel. So, as a first try and very off-putting, I don't think I'm going to pass it. It's not... It's not a game I'm going to go back and play by any means, and I can't recommend purchasing this one, especially for how much it goes for.
Yeah, for PSN price. Are we going by PSN prices?
Well,
these days?
that's the point. That's kind of the other bonus of this PSN theme is this game is very affordable on the PSN, which is how I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I give it a soft fail.
In fact, I'm going to pull up the PS Network right now, the PSN Store. So
$5.99.
I can give actual prices.
$5.99.
Yeah, I didn't hate this game. I mean, I liked it more than I thought I would. I mean, the jumping can be pretty slippery, but once I got used to it, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Not available on the PS4, I must add.
Yeah.
Well,
I have it on Vita.
One of these... Ooh, that's a good portable game.
I have it also on Vita.
Well, so that's a cool thing about the PSN that we never brought up.
What's
up? Unlike the Wii U and 3DS shop, most of the classic games and a lot of indie games cross-buy. Buy it on your PS3, you can probably play it on your Vita and PSP. Buy it on your PS4, you could probably play it on your PS... Rare exceptions, but generally that's a pretty fucking cool feature. That, solid story, quick note while you're looking at the price. I was always like... this is my Nintendo fanboy stage, where I was like, I don't need a Vita, there's nothing I want to play on Vita. And I was slowly getting convinced to, get a Vita. And I finally told my friend, alright, well... If I find one in a funny color, because I don't want black, it's boring, and I want a slim one because it uses a normal charging port as opposed to that weird Sony one. And literally the day I said that, one came into the game store and I said, well, fuck. So I bought the Vita, and it was the first thing I did. It was like, oh, wow, look at all these hundreds of PlayStation 1 and indie games I could just play without buying a single thing. And then I looked at my 3DS and was like, what the fuck have I been doing with you? So that's a cool part about PlayStation Network. I do appreciate. Yeah,
so Tomba goes for around $50 loose.
Oh, jeez.
And on the PSN store, it's $10.
Yeah.
So worth it. Well, if you want to play it.
Yeah. So a fifth of the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, a soft fail for me.
A soft fail for me as well.
I'm actually going to give it a soft pass.
Ooh.
I feel like we're all kind of in the same opinion of the game. None of us hate it. There's just something... To me, there's just something missing, and everything was fixed for me in the sequel, which also has a fantastic title called The Evil Swine Return.
If, I actually want to check one more thing, 'cause since this is the first game we ever played for my Game of the Month Club, ever, I made a tier list of every single game we've played, and I ranked it from S being the best to F being the worst. And just for my reference, where did I put Tomba at the time? So this is I put it in B tier. And I think I'm going to move it down to C. because once I replayed it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, C sounds right. It's not bad, but it's just like it needs a little work.
Yeah, I might go back and play it if I'm bored.
Yeah.
All right. The second game I chose is one near and dear to my heart. It has a huge childhood impact on me. If you guys remember the PlayStation Underground magazine by any chance?
Not really.
So the PlayStation Underground was a subscription magazine service, and every month it would come with a jam-packed demo disc. Does that sound familiar?
It does.
I believe you've described it to me on previous Musenspiel videos.
Yes, in the past YouTube videos. So, Parappa the Rapper is where I'm heading in this one. And, kick, punch, it's all in the mind, if you want. I can't tell you how many times I played that first stage on that jam-packed demo disc. And I have Jammer Lammy for the PlayStation. I never ended up getting Parappa the Rapper as a kid. So I've never, until this podcast, I've never played past the first stage. I did play Jammer Lammy a lot, though.
Nice.
And I was not aware that there was a sequel that came out on the PS2 in 2001. So Parappa the Rapper was developed by Nana Onsha Studio. Who is that?
My favorite pizza place.
They made a lot of rhythm games, which makes sense.
Huh.
Okay. So, published by Sony Computer Entertainment, so SCA. Released on the PlayStation Japan, December 6, 1996. Europe and North America in later fall of 97, September and November, respectively.
Cool.
It is a rhythm game, if that wasn't clear, where there's only 4 stages. Am I correct
That sounds lame.
Am I correct on that, guys?
I don't know.
6 stages.
I didn't really play too much of it, from the honest.
I couldn't get past the 3rd stage, so I don't know.
I guarantee you I know why you didn't.
I beat
This game is hard as shit.
Yeah, I beat the 3rd stage, but I didn't play past it.
But were you playing on an HD TV?
I was playing on Vita.
Oh, okay. And JD?
I was played on Vita as well.
Okay, so I was gonna say maybe the input lag.
Every
'cause
one
I
of
know,
these
like,
games I got on the PSN as well. Make that clear.
Yeah,
Same.
right. But like, if you're playing the PS1 version on a PS3,
No, I take that back. The 3rd game I actually had a hard disk of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was worried maybe the input, because the input lag for me, I think, is what was killing me for this game, and also I'm just not huge in rhythm games, because there's like that slight extra delay you get with an HDTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Guitar Hero, you have to like run it in progressive if you want to play it nowadays. At least like number 2, I remember you have to like run progressive scan, and it kind of fixes the input a little bit. But like if you play Parappa the Rapper on like an HDTV, it's a lot harder.
Huh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So I was figuring that was your issue, but I had that, and I was like, you know what?
I think I'm
don't
just
really
bad.
care.
I know I'm bad at rhythm games. The only rhythm game I've ever been good at was Hatsune Miku on the Vita.
Ah, yes, Hatsune Miku.
You need to play Elite Beat Agents.
I do need to play that.
That's my all-time favorite rhythm game, bar none.
This
I heard Rhythm Heaven
this
was good,
cat today, I can't describe how much of a bad kitty he is. Before the podcast,
exclusive to Pornhub.
He is jumping around the apartment, going across the windowsill, jumping across the mic table, running around, tearing up carpet. I can't describe. He was on the counter earlier. Look at him. He's jumping right now.
Podcast host pussy tears up carpet.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear what he's doing?
Not really.
No,
Okay.
I can't.
All right.
Maybe you just throw out the cat and get a whole new one.
Yeah, this is very.
Gotta throw the whole cat away.
All right, so I'm actually going to go to YouTube right now and play the first song of Parappa the Rapper for the
Why are we doing that? It's in
because it's such this song was such an oh, there's the car rap too.
Oh yeah.
Left, break, all that shit. Stage
Step
one.
on the
Larry
brake.
is
Do you know why I told you to stop?
Come on. I gotta...
Yeah, it took me at least
There
5
we
tries before I could beat the tutorial stage.
Alright, Colin. Be quiet for a second here.
he told you to be quiet, I mean, nerd.
Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick, punch, jump.
Alright, so that's what you'll experience in Parappa the Rapper there. That was the intro stage where he's this onion and he's talking to Parappa, who's this rapping dog. So it's very 90s. Is the best way I can describe it.
Nerd did 90s as fuck.
Alright, so I had... That second stage took me a goddamn 2 hours to beat, because I am so
Really?
bad. Yeah, I don't know whether it's the missing... Well, obviously, I missed the timing on everything, but I just could not figure it out.
Yeah, it's kind of obtuse in that instead of the button prompts moving towards a certain spot, instead you've got like an icon of your character moving across the button prompts. That's kind of off-putting. Kind of threw me off anyway.
Yeah, Kevin, you said something about an input delay. It sure felt like it, and I get yeah. Go on.
It might be present on Vita too. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure
I was
that-
having a
didn't play it
similar
on that.
problem.
It could be that because these games are made for like the refresh rate of a CRT TV. So I don't know if that's the issue. I'm guessing. It makes sense to me, but
Yeah,
I
there's
just I don't know. I got so frustrated trying to play it, mostly because I don't, like I said, I don't really care for rhythm games, and I was just like, yeah, this is too much effort. Bye.
This is too much effort. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a disc of it because I thought it was rare. I thought it had Goodwill once, and man, was I wrong.
It used to run on average of like $50.
Okay,
And
so
for
I had
some
a
reason, this game has plummeted in price recently.
probably because they played it. Am I right? Okay.
Ha.
Well, now it's about $20 to $30, respectively.
Okay.
But you can get it. This is the weird one. You can get this on PSN for $15.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this game is so much more expensive than much of the other classics.
I can only imagine they're paying the artists that made the songs.
You know what? You might be onto something with that one.
That's my only guess, and it's literally a guess. But yeah.
Yeah, this is easily one of the most ridiculously wholesome games on the PlayStation. It's
Wholesome.
It's almost to the point of self-parody. It's like, before every stage, Parappa's like, how can I do this? I know! I gotta believe!
I gotta believe
Respect-
it's very pre-Naruto, isn't it?
So anime.
Respect your parents and wash your hands.
Respect your parents and what? Yeah, I will say the rapping in this is quite it's quite catchy.
Yeah.
Everything.
Take your shoes off. Somebody just cleaned that floor.
So I'm very curious. Have you guys ever played the sequel?
No.
There's a sequel to this, or
this is the
Parappa?
only-
There's a Parappa the Rapper too.
Oh yeah, wait.
This is the
Which
only
one are we
Parappa
talking
game
about?
I've played.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the second one isn't great.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I heard. And then
It has mediocre
There's also
review scores.
yeah, there's also Parappa on PSP, which I heard there. I think, you know what? I remember something about the remake on PSP also having like some kind of input issue. So it might be a common thing because I remember like I saw a remake. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, and then I remember hearing something about that, but I'm not gonna confirm that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if I don't know, it sounds like we all had control issues and input-based issues, and the game's hard.
yeah.
I won't deny. I couldn't get past the third stage. I barely got past the car stage. I crashed that car so many times. The driving instructor got very angry at me, very peeved. I failed many, many, many times.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't think I had as much trouble as you, JD, but yeah, it still gave me some trouble. It's like some of the failures just made zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I just didn't really understand, I guess, enough of how the game functioned. Because I like Space Channel 5, and I eventually figured out the timing behind that, with the beats and the characters' movements. That's how you got to match that up. This was just very... maybe it's because it's regarded as one of the first rhythm games on console.
Possibly.
It just wasn't fleshed out yet.
Yeah.
Maybe? Is that theory? Does that theory have any weight with you guys?
Maybe.
Kinda.
I don't know. I think it was just a product of the time, man.
Product of the time. All right.
Yeah. If you want to really play Parappa, the best way to do it is to obviously beat him in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, the greatest fighting game of all time.
Ah, yeah, much better than Smash Ultimate, obviously.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's just a Melee knockoff.
Yeah, it's a Melee clone, and I mean, it's no Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion XL, but...
I love it.
Which, by the way, got a sequel. Did you know that?
What?
Really?
Yeah. And I looked at it, I was like, you just don't know when to quit, do you?
Oh, man.
Probably the same people that thought Garfield Karts needed a sequel, which I can't wait to play. And it's also coming out the same day as Death Stranding, which means, sorry, Kojima, like, obviously, I'm going to be playing that.
All right, so we're going from Parappa the Rapper gets a soft fail. I think mechanically there's too many issues.
I give it a very...
I'm going to just fail it.
I give it a very soft pass. I mean, I know it has a lot of issues, but once I got into the rhythm of it, pun totally intended, I actually enjoyed it, and I probably will play more of it when I get bored if I'm on like the subway train or something.
Okay.
I'm going to go with maybe pass if you have a CRT.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Makes
But-
sense.
Well, try it on a CRT and see what happens.
I need the physical game though in order to do that.
Well, just get some AV cables for your PS3. It should work.
I do have those.
There you go.
Anyways, so we've gone from mounting pigs to wrapping dogs at onions to a game that Colin chose, which is
That is Rayman. You may have heard of it.
Cool game. Cool game, man.
It was developed by Ubi Pictures and published by Ubisoft.
yeah,
Originally-
Ubisoft when they were great.
I still like them.
Originally released on the Atari Jaguar on September 1st, 1995, and then on PlayStation 8 days later, literally.
It's just about as exclusive as Resident Evil 4, then.
So,
Huh.
fun fact: the Jaguar game is like $100.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Definitive console.
the definitive console for Rayman is $100.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this game's been ported to everything. Speaking of which, so my first experience playing this was on the Game Boy Color.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? It isn't bad. I'm gonna be honest.
Huh.
And then I somehow got it for Game Boy Advance. I don't remember how, but it is literally a 1-to-1 port of the PlayStation version.
Yeah. Most ports
Yeah, and
are
it-
from the PlayStation version.
Yeah, and it's fucking good. I love playing it on there. I played the PS1 version just to, keep in line. But man, do I love this game. And the problem with this game is not this one's fault, but I way prefer Rayman in 2D over 3D.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's why
And-
Rayman Legends and
Origins.
Origins
whatever.
are so good because it concentrates on
Yeah.
that 2D rather than the 3D, unlike Great Escape
Two-
and what was the third one?
Hoodlum
Hoodlum Havoc,
Havoc?
which I quite
Yeah.
like that title. I have that on the. I think that was free on the PS3 one day, and then I have Great Escape actually on the Dreamcast of all things.
That game got ported to fucking everything.
Yeah.
N64, PS1, Dreamcast, PS2, DS, 3DS.
But anyways,
your
clearly
fridge.
for the podcast, we all played the $100 Jaguar version, and we all bought Jaguar
Obviously.
specifically for Rayman. Obviously,
I'm surprised you didn't get on 3DO. I mean,
you know what? If the 3DO lasted to the point of Rayman coming out, they should have ported it to the 3DO.
let's not.
Oh, boy.
Probably
Clearly,
homebrew
Rayman
out
and Gex on 3DO, please.
there. Crossover.
Crossover. Rayman Gex 3DO crossover.
Nice.
Someone make that. And then
Only
send me the
available
copy.
on Jaguar.
And it has to be the Rayman Jaguar version.
Now, if you
What was special about the Jaguar version? Is it like, other than it was there first, was there anything like, man, you got to play a Jaguar because of X?
I think it was just Ubisoft was targeting the new generation, and they just wanted it out on everything.
Well,
Makes
they
sense.
did it.
Now, if you can believe it, aside from Raving Rabbids, I've never played a Rayman game.
Gasp.
There's just so many of them, but I kind of missed the boat back in the 90s for
Yeah.
reasons involving not being allowed a TV console till high school.
Whoa.
But,
I found a quote. From Ubisoft itself.
okay.
The team
Are
felt
bad.
that the Atari Jaguar was the first system that could handle the graphics they wanted, and moved development to the Jaguar version. Advertisements in late 1994 announced the game as a Jaguar exclusive originally.
Oh, no.
Focus and
Bad
development
call.
later shifted to the PlayStation version due to the system's greater power and ease to program for, along with the CD technology.
So, why
The
did
Saturn version came later in development, along with the 32X and 3DO version was announced but never released.
Wow.
Oh, my dreams are shattered!
sucks to suck, bro?
Rayman 3DO could have happened!
It could have happened. We were almost there. But you know what? This is one time God did not forsake us. He said, no. Don't do it.
This is devastating news. Alright, Colin, tell me about Rayman as I go wall in a corner.
Tweet Ubisoft, be like, I demand it.
Oh, boy. Now, a bit of a side story to this. I actually had written down a bunch of notes for this game when I was at work, because I was playing it on my lunch hour. But
Gasp.
I totally forgot to take a picture of those notes so I could transcribe them onto my computer at home. So I had to start from scratch this weekend.
Bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like this game. I mean, some very challenging platforming, but the progression feels very organic, but it gets pretty hard after the first couple of levels.
Pretty fucking hard indeed.
Oh,
Yeah.
what makes you say that?
Oh, the fact that the saving kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Game's unfair. The life system is literally like, nah, fuck you, game's over.
Yeah. Well, you get some
You know.
continues.
Oh, some. Good.
But yeah, it's tough, and the water being instant death is really annoying because
Did not like that as well.
it's the only insta-kill thing in the game that I recall.
Spikes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if I got that far, but I played like the first 3 levels or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the cartoony aesthetic. It's very, very pleasing to the eye. Of course, it can make some things makes it kind of hard to differentiate what you can interact with and what's just background stuff, like those purple tomatoes / grapes / plums that you punch down in order to like cross water or bounce around on. That you kind of need to do trial and error to figure out that you can actually knock them off the branch.
Uh-huh.
But once you do figure it out, it's fairly easy. But yeah, it's very solidly designed, but can get extremely hard later on.
I think the level design was very clever. This reminded me so much of Earthworm Jim.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You say that?
That's a good
Yeah.
comparison.
Wholesome Earthworm Jim.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I thought this game did ramp up in difficulty quite a bit, very, very quickly, in fact, because I think that has a lot to do with enemy placement in the levels. It reminded me of Ninja Gaiden type placement stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a particular stage area where you have to avoid lightning bolts coming at you, and you're jumping on clouds that disappear almost immediately upon jumping on them, right?
Oh, jeez, yeah.
And at the top of this pillar, and the game does this quite often, at the top of this pillar, there's these two bugs that are just there, and you have to punch them off. However, they respawn. So you have to punch them off as you're jumping on them, and because, of course, the death sequence is very quick, you will die fast and often. That part was the most annoying I got to, and that wasn't the only circumstance. So you have to really grind to get past these certain sections of levels. The other instance that makes this game a lot harder is the AI of the enemies. Like, if you go to punch something, it will duck. So you have to kind of jump and punch as you're coming down, and then that will hit it. It's an unnecessary mechanic that's in this game, and that was really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also annoying when you go off screen and then go back to that area, the enemies have respawned.
Yep, every time. So it does the Ninja Gaiden thing.
Yep.
Kevin,
But,
Hello.
what did you think? Were you jealous you didn't get the play the Sega Saturn version?
I'm a little upset that the 3DO version didn't exist, but god darn it, I'll just get over it. It's a fun game. The difficulty spikes kind of get a little crazy. The ending of the game, I remember the final boss fight just being like the classic shadow character of you chases you around.
Yes, Darkman.
Yes, what a clever name he has.
I think it's Darkman. Is it? Oh, it's Mr. Dark. That's what it is.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. It could be Darkman.
I could play by Liam Neeson.
Yeah. The game's not bad. It's just really fucking difficult. But it's almost that. What year did this come out?
95.
Just be sure. So it was kind of that transition time of like, hey, we should probably beat the games now, instead of being that, oh, here's your platformer with 3 lives of arcade rules, So it was kind of that transitional period, which is I think helps explain the crazy difficulty. But overall, I mean, game's fun. If you stick with it, you will beat it. That being said, that's a lot to ask for. So I pass it because it's fun as hell. But
I pass it as well pretty easily. I just think it's for veteran gamers.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was this. I think this was also. Check that article again, but I feel like there's going to be a Super Nintendo port of this once too.
Once upon a time, yes, there was going to happen, but the Super Nintendo was proved incapable of handling the graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes back to the thing I was saying of like this is that era where like you're not meant to beat the games you bought, kind of deal.
At that
much.
point, yeah.
Yeah, we're transitioning still. So yeah, I pass it. It's fun. It's difficult, but I love the art style, and I want more 2D Rayman games. Ubisoft, let's go.
We were
Give
so
the people
close
what they
to just inadvertently picking a theme of unique art style games.
Yeah.
You know what? That kind of I don't really go for art style right away because I've noticed, especially modern day, some games with like unique art styles. They just get a little too up their own ass with their art, and the gameplay kind of suffers. But Rayman didn't do that.
I feel like all 3 of these games we've discussed so far had a unique art style and just added to the game rather than a focus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe. Yeah.
This game had really good graphics and the parallaxing of some foreground and
yeah,
background.
that's nice word. Nice
really
nice
well
usage
done.
there.
Yeah, I give this an easy pass. Hard as shit,
pass.
but that doesn't mean it's bad.
We all give it the hardest shit. We pass it.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll give you a hard pass if you know what I'm saying. I got stool problems.
The From Software Award.
Whoa! Don't disrespect Rayman like that.
Why? Way to trigger Kevin on that one.
I'm very sensitive to my issues. You should know this.
So Rayman on the PlayStation goes for about $6. The Sega Saturn version goes for about $25. You can get it on the PSN store for about $6. So pick your poison there.
Yeah.
Not an expensive
3D
title.
3DO.
Well worth your money.
Yeah. Not a 3DO, the game.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Time
Where
for
we
our
at
last
now?
game. That's all you, Mr. Kevin.
Without your agenda, I just don't know what to say. So, Castlevania Chronicles, developed for the PlayStation, but not originally. It was developed for the, hold up, I'm going to get this right, the Sharp X8600.
68.
Shit!
Thousand.
which we, so they kind of remade it / ported Castlevania to this thing. But it's a weird half remake, half new game. If that makes any kind of sense.
The way I was describing it to another person was...
it's like a reimagining.
Like the Ratchet and Clank remake on the PS4 to the first one. It keeps a lot of the same things, but changes a lot of things as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's I would call it a reimagining of the first Castlevania, if that works.
Sure.
The first level's almost 1-to-1, but then the second level gets a little more expanded, and then eventually there's just new levels. And I was trying to remember oh, this is level whatever from Castlevania 1, but then I got to a point where I was like, this is all new. I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's a graphical improvement of Castlevania 1. The controls, unfortunately, are very reminiscent of the not the PlayStation, the NES version.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bummer, because I don't understand why only Castlevania 4 decided to use all the buttons on the controller. I can't figure that one out, why Konami was just like, no, this is fine. But for the main picture of it, it's just prettier Castlevania. Very reminiscent of the first one. Me and my friend were streaming it for a while, and it's just as difficult, but it has a nice save system though. So unlike the first Castlevania, were there passwords in number 1? I don't remember.
No, there wasn't.
No, but this one you can save the game and continue where you left off, which kind of made us motivated to keep going and going. We eventually noped out because we were like, look, we're just stuck on this level. It's got some cheap deaths, which Castlevania. But overall, game's good, and what really killed me, I think, was because I played that Bloodstained 8-bit game where they got rid of the knockback if you wanted.
Which was very nice.
Yeah, it was very nice, but then I was playing this, I was like, oh man, why the fuck did they program that? Even Igarashi was like, yeah, why did we put that in?
You can use the Konami code in this game, by the way.
I did not know that, and I really wish I did.
Yeah, I used it immediately, and I'm like, haha!
Yeah, because me and my buddy were getting game overs left and right. So now that I know that, actually, literally in this second, I will go back and try to beat this game, because we were close. We were on I don't know how you determine stage numbers in this game, because one level, say in the top right corner, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, before you actually see a boss. But there's 17 stages in this game. We got to 12. So I'm gonna go back now because you told me about it.
Yeah, it puts in. I don't know. I think it's a different version of the Konami code. I had to look it up.
Yeah, except I was going to do that, but then I just remembered I just replaced my PS3 hard drive, so my save file is gone. So I have to start over. But whatever. I'm going to go back and try it anyway. It's not that long of a game. A hard copy of this, I remember seeing it when I worked at the game store, was $80, and I couldn't understand why.
Yeah, they still go for about $60 to $80.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can get it on the PSN for $6.
Yeah, it's a good I'm going to call it a reimagining from now on. A good reimagining of Castlevania 1.
Yeah, because there's remaster, remake, and reimagining. Yeah. This is I feel a reimagining, because if you play Castlevania 4 from the Super Nintendo, some of the levels on there made it in this game, like the I think the rotating levels in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Which obviously is not capable on the NES.
Also, Simon's hitbox, I feel in this, I mean, he's a bigger sprite, but it's way bigger, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, no kidding.
They made him a big beefy boy in this game.
Dude, his beef walk is right on point.
He's supposed to be wearing his little shorts, but it looks like a skirt because of those thick boy quads. So
looks like the character model from Super Castlevania 4.
Kinda, except stockier.
Simon Belmont never skips leg day.
He never does. Neither does Lego Batman. Fun fact.
Shredded abs.
Yeah. So, Redley Fitness Cast, Simon Belmont approved.
Damn right.
Hell yeah, man. So yeah, I give this a pass. But like Rayman, it's difficult. Just stick with it. It's a good new way to play Castlevania 1 if you haven't played, what was it, Rebirth? or whatever.
Rebirth.
It's a good little. No, wasn't there a Castlevania Rebirth, or was it just Contra? Oh, it was Castlevania Adventure Rebirth. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah.
guess.
So I fucked up. This is not on the Castlevania collection either, is it? I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
Sorry. Yeah, so I think this is the only way to play is PSN or shell $80 and.
Well, you can get Castlevania Chronicles X on the PSP, which also comes with Symphony of the Night.
No, that's Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles.
Yeah.
That's a remake of Rondo of Blood. It doesn't have this on it.
No, if you beat both those games, you unlock Symphony of the Night. I think
No,
that's how it works.
it's just Rondo of Blood. I thought you get Rondo of Blood, you get Dracula X, and then Symphony of the Night. I don't think this is on there. Google quick before we go off the air.
Anyways,
This is important now. No, this is important now. I want answers.
there is a
You're not doing it.
there. Did you go through the original or arrange mode? Because there were two modes you can play in this game.
I did original. I did not know what the difference was.
So the original is the original Sharp version, hence the name original.
Oh.
And if you play arrange mode, that is, how do I describe it? It's like an easy mode, I guess.
Oh.
But I noticed it has a lot of audio problems. Like the music would slow down out of nowhere, and so if the game would chug, which it was doing every now and again, the music would speed up. But then in other times, like if you go through a door, a different area, the music itself would chug, but the game would not. It was very strange. I didn't know what was going on there. It was just something that really stood out. Yeah.
I didn't bother to play the other version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I really liked this one. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting definitely more the Castlevania 4 controls, not the original one from the NES.
Yeah.
That's what really threw me off. I was expecting much smoother and more friendly controls. Let's put it that way.
Fool.
But I was a fool.
Yeah.
What is a man,
idiot.
Colin? What is a man? What did you
Worthless
think?
pile of secrets.
You so close. I heard they fixed the translation in that PS4 release they put out, which kind of sucks.
Oh, well. How about you?
How about you?
Colin, what did you think?
I actually didn't have time to play this at all.
Oh,
Boo this man.
I told you, my work was insane.
It's
Boo
fine.
this
You played
man.
3 out of 4. It's okay.
Yeah, but I did watch a YouTube video of it, and not really much to say. It's a graphical upgrade of the original game, and it seems to play fairly well.
It does.
Yeah.
I will say a lot less power-ups in this game.
Yeah, that was very odd. Now that you mention it,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was looking for meat everywhere because I was like, "Oh, I am dead."
so you don't get like meat; you get 1-ups. I found that I was finding much more 1-ups than any sort of wall chicken.
It was a roast. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. I prefer wall chicken.
Well, you're wrong. So.
Wall pork, even.
Yes. I always pork the wall.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Overall, good game.
Wild
I
chicken,
would pass it.
floor
I would
pie.
pass it.
Here's a question: would you? Let's say I have one version of Castlevania to play, of Castlevania 1. Is this the one you'd recommend to people? Because you have like this, I guess you can count 4. Oh, not really. It's 4 is like its own game, really.
Well, this puts in a lot of elements in 4, but it has the NES controls.
Yeah.
I think if you want an expanded experience of 1, this is the way to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what officially was the 6800? What is that?
68,000? It's a Sharp
Whatever the
computer
fuck it
from
is.
Japan.
Okay, so that's what it was. I thought it was like a DVD player thing.
well.
I'm thinking of like the Nuon or whatever.
Okay.
Laser.
Alright, so just to reiterate, our 4 games were Tomba, Parappa the Rapper,
Yeah.
Rayman, which came out on everything except 3DO. Tears. And Castlevania Chronicles.
Right.
Colin, favorite and least favorite?
I think favorite would probably be Rayman. It's just the most solid. And least favorite, that is a tough one.
Let's search your heart.
Probably Parappa the Rapper, just because of all the
He believed in the
mechanical
cards.
issues.
That's the spirit.
Kevin.
I'm going with Castlevania as my favorite. Rayman was very close, but I love me some Castlevania. And then least favorite, going with Parappa.
Okay. My favorite is Rayman. I definitely played it the longest out of all these games, easily. And my least favorite is actually going to be Tomba.
Ooh.
I was just not impressed with that game.
It has such a cult following, too. Like, if people played Tomba, they fucking love Tomba.
I really think me having and playing the second one before playing the original vastly affected my opinion over Tomba. I really believe that.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's Tomba 3 confirmed.
There's a game that could come back.
Pornhub exclusive.
Pornhub exclusive.
Oh,
very,
jeez.
very into that Pornhub today.
Listen,
I'm
man,
going to
trying
look
get that
up
revenue.
after this cast how to get the
Pornhub,
podcast
right.
on Pornhub.
Hey, I literally think you make an account and you can just upload. I think it's like the YouTube of porn. Not that I know. Again, for science.
Redley
I know these
Retrocast,
things.
audio porn in your ears.
Yeah. It's like an eargasm.
All right, guys, this was episode 49, titled PSN. Join us in 2 weeks for Console Wars special episode 50. I will be defending, somehow, the TurboGrafx 16. Colin will be defending the Sega Genesis, and Kevin will be defending the Super Nintendo. We've tried to pick games that are related to each other in some ways, that have a major impact on the importance of the console, and that will be the episode. I'm very excited for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeet.
So you really only have to play 2 games.
Good. I'm going to be so busy the next few months.
But I sure hope all of you have at least played these games in the past anyways.
I played
maybe.
one of them.
You've
I don't
never
remember what I
played Super
picked.
Mario World, Colin?
Don't remember what I picked.
I mean, one of my assigned picks.
All right, I can say the games.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got assigned. I forgot.
Yeah, everyone has assigned. Kevin
Fuck.
has Super Mario World and Link to the Past.
Lucky
that's
bastard.
Colin has Sonic the Hedgehog and Phantasy Star 4.
Wait. I do remember this conversation. Somebody was saying like Phantasy Star was like the be all end all of Sega.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Who the
me.
fuck said that? It's probably JD and his hipster bullshit.
Oh, come on. And then I have Bonk's Revenge and Air Zonk.
Those are like, I feel like you got to get Keith Courage in there. Get one of those out of there.
I'm not putting Keith Courage in there. That game's terrible.
Dude, but it came with the system. So did Mario World, man. Bonk and Zonk are just the same guy.
2 incredibly different games, though.
Yeah, but come on.
All right.
Keith Courage,
So
Keith
those are our
Courage,
6
Keith
games.
Courage, Keith Courage, Keith Courage, Keith Courage. Somebody's chanting with me. I just want to let you know that. Somebody in their car right now.
All right. Episode 49, Redley Retrocast. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Keith Courage.
Bye now.